going on, guys? David Smith, Skylit Drones Podcast.
What's going on? This is Seth.
Or as
Just
we like to call it,
Seth.
Skylit Podcast.
This is the Skylit Podcast. Welcome to the Skylit Podcast.
What are we talking about tonight?
Area 51.
Area 51. I am not going.
Yeah, neither am I.
Yeah. Multiple reasons why I'm not going. Number one, I think it's pretty much a propaganda stunt. And really nobody's going to show up.
Yeah.
Number two, I got a kid. I can't.
Number
Can't
two.
do stuff like
yeah.
that. You know what I'm saying? I have a child I have to take care of.
Right.
If I'm going to Area 51, what am I going to... Come, let's go. Let's ride with me. It'll be fun. No.
It'd be fun to film. If 1.4 million people actually showed up, that would be a really cool drone shot. Just all of these people.
But, all right, so
rushing.
there's two ways.
That would be awesome.
We could film that, but there's two ways we could turn it. So, like, on one side, if you play, you know, sad or slow music and show the people that were storming getting slaughtered, it can make the government look bad. Like, the government's the bad guy of that story.
Yeah.
Flip side, if you played, like, Star Spangled Banner, heavy metal type music, you know what I'm saying?
I want to
All
hear the
soldiers
Star Spangled
just
Banner
moaning
heavy
down.
metal.
Then you would make the people storming the thing would be the bad guys,
Yeah.
and the government would be on top. So I mean, filmmaking is cool because you can do either one.
You can
But I'm
really
not going.
influence perception.
Yes, exactly.
But, you know, the thing is, like, if this was any other government-run facility, this would be like a formed, premeditated act of terrorism to
shit.
a certain degree.
Yeah,
So, yeah,
I mean,
it's going to be interesting. Like, if a lot of people actually show up, it is going to be interesting what the government actually does about it and how they respond.
well,
Because I think it's going to be detrimental. But
who would give them a month or not even a month, man? 3 month notice. We're giving y'all 3 months to get all this
that
stuff
does
figured
kind of
out.
make the whole thing a lot more ridiculous. But, you know.
So are we doing this next week? No, man, we're doing it like 3 months from now. So.
I can only imagine the mastermind behind this.
Yeah. I wonder what's in there. I know, they can't kill us all. Sweet.
They can't kill us all. Yeah, they can.
Yeah, they can.
Yeah, they can.
I mean, I don't think I'll go to that. I mean, but, you know, they would be pretty dumb to even attempt such a thing, dude. Number one, it's in the freaking desert. Now, here's how I would do it.
Now, here's how I would do it, yeah.
First, you get a plane, okay? You get high enough so that it shoots you out of the
Paratroopers.
sky. But you get a plane, and you're going to have some jets come down on both sides of your airplane, so your pilot's definitely going to jail. They're out. But what you have to do is you have to jump out of the airplane and land in the center of Area 51. You're there. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to fight through.
You would be shot before you
will
landed.
immediately be gunned down.
Yeah.
Or, if not gunned down, definitely tasered or probed. We don't know what's going on in Area 51. You could be probed out there. Like a bunch of butt stuff they just do. Who knows? But, yeah, man. Immediately killed or arrested. Just not worth it to me, I don't guess. I don't care what the government's doing out there. I'll be one of those. It's just like, what do you feel about the government and how they control this United States? Well, I'm an American, and I'm free, and I'll die for this country. And, yeah. So, but if the government tries to take my stuff, then that's when I'll turn against my own government. Not saying I would, I'm just saying that's the Second Amendment, the right to bear arms. Never not be able to defend yourself from any foreign government or whatever. So, yeah. I don't know. I'm not going. I'm just not going. I'm not doing it.
Yeah. That's bad news. Bad news.
I mean, what goes on in the people's minds that are actually like, yeah, let's do it. I mean, I know they're memes, dude, and I know they're funny and there's stuff to joke about. It's just something to talk about because we're so bored. It's water cooler talk. You know what I'm saying?
Like, this is what life has become. Like, has anyone just stopped to think that we're spending all this time on the internet now? Like, we live on the internet. Like, we have lives on the internet. It's very, very weird. We are cybernetic. We can communicate with each other through these devices. Transmit thoughts, transmit images, locations.
You want to know what I think's crazy?
We're all connected in this network. It's really weird.
You know what I think's even more weird than Area 51?
What?
Billie Eilish. She's 15 years old and is like just... nobody was doing that at 16.
You listen to her, though.
Yes. Great music. Love it. Love it. I just can't admit she's 16 years
It's
old.
interesting. Great. I'm
And
not
her
sure
just her mind is just it's creative. Post Malone's early 20s, maybe he's like 24, something like that. I mean, just smashing it, killing. I mean, just real putting out really good music.
Yeah.
And then yeah, that's crazy. I put Billie Eilish into I put one of her songs in that video of everybody charging at Area 51. That'd be a crazy video right there.
That would be a crazy video.
It'd be a great music video. If you need a music video done, I might go to Area 51, but just to film, you could like dance and sing in front as everybody's getting killed behind you. I think you look for a pretty sweet shot.
Yeah, that would be a pretty interesting shot, for sure.
That's just me throwing that out there, though. I don't know. I'm just going to produce it.
Yeah.
I'm the producer, not the director.
Producer.
But anyway, yeah, man, that's crazy, though. She's so young. But at the same time, like, I mean, it's ridiculous. I don't know her net worth.
What is it?
What's her net worth? Look up her net worth.
Billie Eilish net worth?
According to Famous Birth Stats, Billie Eilish's height is 5 feet 3 inches and she's of English and Irish descent. She has an estimated net worth of $5 million.
Thanks for the extra information I didn't really want to know
16 years
about.
old, worth
But-
$5 million.
Has 32 plus million monthly listeners on Spotify.
So 32 million people listen to her.
That's
on
crazy.
Spotify. 'Cause she puts out good music, man. But I mean, I don't know. She's cool. I like her.
She's
All
cool.
my part to her. She's just so young. I mean, it just shows so much talent. You know what I'm saying? But who defines talent? Just other people going, hey man, that sounds really cool. Who is this lady? I'm like, oh, it's not a lady, it's a 16-year-old girl. And her
Yep.
name's Billie.
Billy. Hey there, Billy.
Crazy, dude.
It is crazy.
Just about as crazy as going on to Area 51.
This world is crazy, man. Like, we can just see so much of it now. And people are just so... I don't know, man. The internet's really changed the world.
Yeah, I mean,
Smartphones have really changed the world.
Yeah, back in the day, people didn't get in really any trouble unless, you know, like murdered somebody. Any 1910, 1920, 1930 movies you see, the only people getting in trouble are the ones murdering. You ever notice that?
Yeah, well, they got all the mobsters back in the day.
Yeah. And they murdered a bunch of people. But what I'm saying is, back in the Western days, they didn't care if you killed
Gangsters.
people.
Huh?
There was like, back in the Western days, which I don't know when the Western days would have been.
1700s.
So riding around on a horse with
Like late,
shooter.
like late 1700s, early 1800s. Because
Is that a real
1800s
thing, or
is.
did they just make that up from TV? Being a cowboy.
Yeah, that's a real thing. But I mean, it's not like it wasn't the
I'm not
Wild
doing that
West.
either, no.
It wasn't the Wild West, like, you know, all over America. This was the Wild West.
Yeah, this is Wild America. Yeah, man.
I do not know very much about it though. So
Yeah, I don't either. We're gonna educate ourselves on our history so we know where we're going in the future.
right, like knowing exactly when the Wild West era was,
You know, that would help.
it would.
Because if we happen to see it in our lifetime, What about if 1.4 million people do show up and we overthrow our government? What
Yeah, that's not going
would
to happen.
happen then? Just a what if scenario. They're like, you know what? Let them see everything. We don't even care no more. No, you gotta pay taxes. Whatever happens, happens. Good luck.
It's just not plausible. It's just not going to happen.
Well, if the kids we got growing up today doing Tide Pod challenges and
Oh, well, you raise a good point. You raise a good point.
eating Tide Pods and doing stupid challenges on the internet, and it's all about all that. I mean, basically at that point, we're going to be living in Ready Player One versus.
No, we really close to that already. I mean, whenever like people like on Facebook or social media, whenever you enter that, you're entering another dimension, so to speak. You're entering a different world.
Yeah. Where you go on likes, and that's what you live off, likes and comments.
Mm-hmm.
Negative or positive. Some people post.
And we're emotionally connected to it as well.
Some people post shit on there just to get a star out of other people.
Mm-hmm.
And they get it book, line, and sinker, and they get a kick out of it.
It's just
funny. They got mad over
It's
that.
a whole different way to exist, you know? A whole different way to exist.
You know what's not a way to exist?
Because we now have, not only do we have, you know, a soul, some of us believe we have a soul, so we have that. We have a physical form, and now we have a digital form of who we are. A digital representation of us.
What was that movie that you got frozen and he was a cop?
Frozen, and he was a cop.
It was Rocky.
I don't think I saw that one. I know who Rocky is. I don't think I saw any of that. I haven't seen. I saw Rocky, like the older
Judge
Sylvester
Dredd?
Stallone movies, like Rocky and then
Judge-
Rambo.
No, it wasn't. Was it Judge Dredd?
I don't know. I never saw that one.
He was fighting Wesley Snipes. He had the blonde hair. Anyway, they cryogenically. I don't think that's
Cryogenically.
Ooh, I was so close. Froze him.
Yeah.
And then this bad guy, Wesley Snipes' character, broke out, and they were like, "Hey, well, we got to bring back the cop that took him down because we don't know how to. Nobody does violence anymore. He's just going around killing everybody."
Yeah, I think I know what you're talking about, but I've never
Went
seen
to
the
the
movie.
museum. That's where he got all the guns at.
I've never seen the movie. I know what you're talking about, though.
I don't know. Anyway, that movie. That's probably what's going down in Area 51 right now.
Cryogenic stuff, you think?
Yeah, I mean, who knows? And what about Area 51? Everybody knows about Area 51. I want to know about Area 52. Okay? I
Yeah.
want to know about Area 52. Where is it located?
Yeah, the
Why
Bob
is
Lazar
nobody
guy.
talking about it?
I think he was working at an Area 54 facility or an S4 facility, something like that. It wasn't actually Area 51. It was a different location. I mean, on the same, I think, general area of land, but
I
it
think
wasn't
if I was
that
going to be a
area.
government and I wanted to keep things from the citizens, I would probably build my laboratory like a supervillain in a spy movie in the mountains somewhere. Just in a mountain, you have one plane strip, you can fly the plane there, land. Scientists go in, does all their stuff. If they need supplies.
I'm pretty sure they have something like that in Alaska.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm not. Somewhere in the world they have like every seed known to man
Yeah, a seed bank.
in a cave somewhere.
Yeah.
Every
It's pretty
seed.
awesome.
Every seed, period.
Mm-hmm.
And they're just like, yeah, I've got 40,000 of these cannabis seeds. What do we do with them?
Yeah. I wonder if I mean, that's a good point. I mean, they're probably going to start doing the same thing with animals and they probably already have. At least they're probably experimenting with it and then move on to humans.
Yeah, but I mean, so what's honestly going on in Area 51? Area 51, I think, is just maybe a testing center for stuff that they're working on, and maybe some of the aliens that we saw was just the government making different ships flying different ways, and they tried it out, and that's why they call it a UFO, because it's unidentifiable flying object.
Mm-hmm.
So it might have been the government doing it, and they're like, so they're aliens, and they're keeping them Area 51. Or our government's just making really dope-ass spaceships and flying them hoes, not telling anybody about them.
Yeah, that's it, David. That's it.
You never know. Shit. You never know.
Man, then Elon Musk is wasting his time. If they got technology that they can move like all that. No.
Maybe he's not.
Yeah, I don't know.
He has cars that drive themselves, bro.
Yeah, but not cars that defy gravity
He dug
and the laws of physics like
he
these
dug
ships
a tunnel
have.
to drive a car through it because it was supposed to
Supposedly.
get to where he was going.
Yeah.
He wants to do an underground.
I mean, not to say that that's not cool. I mean, that is our cool cutting edge technology.
But he has also rockets that go into spaceship and then come back and land
Yeah.
straight up. Okay, he does that.
Reusable rockets.
But you don't
Yeah.
think in 10, 15 years from now he won't have the technology go shoot, 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 shoot. 10 to 15 years, where do you think we'll be?
That's a whole different gambit, man. Like,
I know he does not like artificial.
because what that would basically would be is like an anti-gravity machine, or a machine that could manipulate gravity or negate it somehow and then work kind of outside of it, if that makes sense.
Yeah, totally.
So I have no idea how you would ever be able to come up with something like that, but I don't know. I guess anything's possible. We're all staring at a piece of glass all the time, and we can do virtually anything from it. It's basically a form of our brain. That's
All right, so check
an
this out.
extension of our brain, you know. It's weird.
I'm a little bit older, but at my grandmother's house, she had a full set of encyclopedias.
Mm-hmm.
Full set of encyclopedias, full of just, they had pictures and they had words. I mean, it's an encyclopedia, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know.
And
What
then,
encyclopedias.
and that's what we looked up, and that's how I learned stuff that, you know, from the encyclopedia.
Yeah.
Now, you have Wikipedia.
Well, no, now you have Google.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying, though. I mean, you know, can you imagine the guy knocking on your door back in the 50s, talking about, hey, so I have this book. It has everything you need to know about everything. It's called an encyclopedia. So from like A to Z, anything that you want to think of, the answers will be in here. And there's about 30 books, and you give me $150, and these are yours. And they're like, yeah, I'll take that knowledge. So they take all these books, and now they've cram-packed all those books plus the whole world in these little things right here. These little things called a cell phone. I can call people, text people, email people, FaceTime people, and get any information as from how far away a star is to who plays in Dallas next weekend for the concert. Boom, right there. That's some alien technology.
Mm-hmm. Certainly is, man.
I love it.
It's something that used to fill up a whole room, like computers back in the day, and that's just like you're dealing with megabytes, maybe gigabytes of information, but nothing like this. It's insane.
So, final thoughts on Area 51.
Don't go. Please don't go. Like, I don't know. Or go and just film it, you know, like I know you're going to anyway.
Or, here's my final thoughts on Area 51. If 1.4 million people can sign up for going to a place to try to find out what the place is up to that the government owns, then 1.4 million people can stop hunger.
Or do something a lot more productive.
Yeah, 1.4 million people, you could...
But hey, you know what? Follow your dreams. If you want to get shot up by a bunch of cards, then, you know, go for it.
Going.
All right, guys. Well, until next time, this has been
Later.
Skylit Podcast.
Skylit Podcast.
Skylit Podcast.